Good morning and welcome to Herb Oracle Podcast, botanical divination with herbs, essences, flowers, and trees with your host, Herbal Marie. Let's start the day off pulling some oracle cards and getting a few messages. We can shoot the shiitake in a spiritual way-ish. And if you follow me on Instagram, I'll post a pic of the cards at Herb Oracle. Thanks so much for joining me. Here we go. I feel so relieved that we get to hang out with the trees today. Like, what do the trees think about everything, all of this? So a definite theme that I've carried with me pretty much every day this week. I kind of apologize in a way because I don't know if you've picked up on it, but I have been so almost irritated by a lot of these protection messages. And I've gone ahead with the curriculum anyways. I've gone ahead with the pre-planned topic and tried to be as respectful as I can be with some of the oracle messages and, the topic even of itself. But I cannot deny that before, during, and after every podcast this week, I've just been ugh. What is with you, girl? Why does this annoy you so much? Why does this irritate you so much? And as soon as I published yesterday, I kind of had an explanation be downloaded into my little mind. Anytime I consider the word or frequency of protection, it activates, or it tries to activate, the frequency and energy of fear. And what are we trying to be protected from? And so I think on some level that annoys me, obviously, because that's exactly the type of shit I don't want to activate in my energy field, right? And I think what I kind of understood was, 2020 has been annoying me for most of the year in the same regard. Anytime I hear somebody be stay safe, stay safe, stay safe. I'm so fucking sick of it. You know what I mean? I just want to be I am safe, bitch. Right? And it's when I leave my mom's house and she's watch out for deer, be careful driving, watch out for deer. It's do you realize that what we focus upon, we activate? So anyways, I just wanted to explain, if you notice that all week I've been kind of I hate my job. This is not a job. You get paid for jobs. Nobody's been hitting that listener support button, so I do not consider this podcast a job. But anyways, I wish it was a job. Anyways, so we've had this come on, you guys, it's important. The energy of protection is important, but I just find it very interesting that it's hard to think about protection without activating fear, without activating what are we protecting ourselves from, without thinking about what we actually don't want. So I guess that's why I've really not enjoyed this week as much as other weeks. Some weeks I'm oh my God, this has been the best week of my life and I'm so glad you're here with me. This week I'm I'm looking fucking forward to next week. What is next week? Am I? I don't know if I am or not. Ooh, yeah, I'm looking forward to next week. I flipped the page. Should I just tell you now what next week is? Next week, our herb of the week is lavender, and we're going to manifest more serenity. Thank you, baby Jesus, because I'm about done with this protection shit. All right, on that note, would you like to hang out with a tree? Because I'm sick of me being here. I cannot wait to step aside and let something else come through. Anyways, last week we hung out with Ash. And this week we're going to pick a tree angel to help guide us through our Thursday. If you're new to the podcast, I'd like to tell you that I'm not always grumpy. And it's true, I'm not always grumpy. But if you just stumbled in here today, don't mind me. I'm just the host of this podcast. But on Thursdays, we hang out with our tree guides. And we really just open it up. We give them the mic. And we say, what do you want to talk about? And we let the tree oracle decks, pick the topic. So, but what we've been doing is picking a guide of the guides, a tree angel, just kind of like one tree to get us started off with, a tree spirit, a tree angel. And if we get blackthorn, I quit. So what angel, there is something that fell on the floor. I was just going to say, what angel wants to hang out with us? Okay. It's horse chestnut. That fell heavy on the floor, didn't it? Interestingly enough, he's laughing because he's like, yeah, that sounded like a chestnut falling on the floor. Yeah, it had quite the thud, the way the card landed. Like, I'm looking to see, there it is. The bottom right corner is the corner it landed on. Like, it bent the corner. It really landed hard. Like it was a horse chestnut falling from the ground. Okay, I'm excited about this. I love the leaves of the horse chestnut. I've supplemented with horse chestnut at one point in my younger maiden years, like when I was upset about my varicose veins. I've had them since I can remember. I'm pretty sure I was like born with veins like literally on my skin. I'm like a transparent see-through person. You can see, it's like one of those plastic anatomy figurine dolls where you can see like it's an invisible body and you can see the capillaries and the veins and all the organs. That's me. You can basically just see through me. So I've always had veins on my skin. Not that they've been like ropey or knotty so much, but yeah, like when I was younger, they bothered me a lot, like just because, I felt like I couldn't wear shorts. Now that I'm 40 motherfucking 2, I will wear whatever I want. I will wear my swimsuit to the store if I feel like it, and I don't care how many veins or how hairy my legs are. So it's funny how we like do enter in a different time of our life. But I do remember getting some supplements with horse chestnut. I also remember sometimes them giving me a bellyache. So anyways, I'm excited to talk to horse chestnut. I'm going to put him actually not at the bottom like I've been. I'm going to put him over towards the right because the way he's sitting, it's almost as if like he's up on like a little bit of like a hill and he's got all these horse chestnuts in his lap and they're just like spilling off and they could like fall to the floor. He's got his back. He is the tree, but he's like leaning, sitting like with his back against the tree that he is. But anyways, it's a really cool picture. He's got a really long beard. He's very wise and very calm and really just like kind of got that like smile grin, like I'm cool with what is, whatever. I'm happy to be here. I'm calm. He's got his hands. So a few of them are lightly holding a few chestnuts, and then the other one is just resting on his knee. His tree knee. Like he is the tree. You will love this picture of him. Yeah, he's very like kind of grandpa energy. And he's number 28. All right, so I'm excited that you're here so much. This is what he says. Stay with it. Be patient. Everything that you need is already before you. And what you need tomorrow is already on its way. An abundance of being nourishes the soul. Oh, thank you, Grandpa. That makes me feel better. Do you feel better? Stay with it. Be patient, okay? Everything that you need is already before you. And what you need tomorrow is already on its way, right? Just take comfort in knowing that you'll have everything you need when you need it. An abundance of being nourishes the soul. So as I usually mention to you every day about the 90 Arcturian message of the day, today Daniel Scranton and the Arcturians were talking about, we think we have to do. We think we have to get everything done with hard work. And they were basically saying, like, you're actually here. Your real work is to become your higher self. And how do you do that? By feeling your feelings, by being here. It doesn't really actually matter what we do. And a lot of times we're just doing because we don't want to feel our feelings. So we keep ourselves like overly busy so we don't have to acknowledge what we're feeling. And I was like, well, who would ever do that? Ha 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 ha. So anyways, an abundance of being nourishes the soul. So that totally goes hand in hand with the morning message. Because we are supposed to be. And they're basically, what they were saying is they're trying to send us so much energetic help so that they can help us do more of the heavy lifting, help us get more inspiration so we can actually get more done with actually doing less. And they want us to rest and relax and be more, because that's what our soul wants, to just be more. And so, yeah, that's exactly the energy of the horse chestnut grandpa. He's just being there. Like, it's like, have you ever sat on a bench and just be there? Watch people, be there, listen to the wind in the trees. Like, you're just feeling the sunshine. Like, that's what you're doing. Like, you're just there. You're being there. So I feel like we need to definitely have more moments like that. Those are definitely considered meditative moments, because you could easily close your eyes and really tap into the energy, the essence of who you are truly, not your thoughts, not your body, just this beingness, this presence. So I love that so much. The horse chestnut is one of the ancient trees of Europe. Like, ancient. It survived the last ice age in a valley hidden in the Balkans, where it remained since its countless large and heavy conkers never fall far from the tree. Heavy conkers. That's a good name for the horse chestnut seeds. Heavy conkers. Look at those heavy conkers over there. It was only in the 16th century that this beautiful tree was discovered. There's quotes around discovered by a Flemish diplomat who was visiting Turkey. From that time onward, it was spread far and wide across the world thanks to human intervention in the botanical gardens of Paris and London. Now, in many parts of the globe, children and adults play with its shiny red-brown conkers, and not before time. The horse chestnut had to wait nearly 10,000 years for its fruit to be enjoyed and appreciated. Okay, just want to tell you, one of the very few memories I have of being a child is, so I went to a Catholic school, and not because my mother was overtly Catholic or anything, but because she was a single mom, and I got to go for free because we were so poor. So anyways, I remember there being conkers by the building. There was a horse chestnut tree, and they were fascinating to me. And so I remember playing with them and peeling off the spikies and finding the shiny fruit inside. I don't remember what I did with it, but I remember this was one of my first trees that I remember. The willow first, of course, because I've told you that story 100 billion times. But I also remember these conkers. Absolutely. There was something magical about them, and there was a horse chestnut tree right by the sidewalk by the school, and so we must we would maybe go out there for activities and playing, and yeah, I totally remember these things. Anyways, the angel is here of horse chestnut. The angel of horse chestnut possesses an appropriately angelic level of patience. It teaches us an ancient trust to wait peacefully until until it is the right time to act. And once we have mastered waiting, we are not actually waiting anymore. We are able to enjoy what is now. We haven't just achieved the ability to be patient. We have also found the optimism and confidence to know that everything will turn out well, or that things are already going well. They're going well already and will get even better. So we know that the universe is abundant itself and gives us all plenty. We can join in and become as generous and free as this tree, growing on fertile soil with its profusion of leaves, buds, and fruit. So the horse chestnut angel says to us, don't hold back. Don't hold back. Be generous. Empty vessels will be filled. Let's give pleasure to ourselves and to others. So it's telling us to be patient. It is so wise. Once you realize how to wait patiently, you're not actually waiting anymore. And that's what knitting helped me do. So a lot of times when the kids were little, I don't know, like I always felt like I had to be somewhere where I had to wait, or, I had to maybe wait for them to like play for 14 fucking hours at the playground or like whatever. Like I've always felt like I was like, oh, here I have to wait again. So I started knitting, and then abracadabra, I wasn't waiting anymore because I was knitting, and I actually like looked forward to like having a chunk of time to practice my knitting. So I really learned the art. It is an art, you guys, to always have something in your purse to do. So if you haven't like mastered patience like horse chestnut grandpa, and he's just happy sitting there because he's a freaking master. But for those of us who might actually need a book or knitting, or I don't know, something that travels well, like maybe like a tiny cross stitch or a notepad and pen, maybe like to draw. I guess that people now have figured it out with their phones and playing their games, I guess that's along the same lines, like, but this was before phones. It really was like just right on the cusp, like before technology took over and everybody's staring into a screen. And anyways, I love that advice, to just find patience, master waiting, and then you're not actually waiting anymore. You can enjoy what is now. So also know the abundance, don't hold back, be generous. All empty vessels will be filled. Let's give pleasure to ourselves and others. Now, without the blessings of the horse chestnut, like a little reversed upside down meeting, or if this is lacking, if horse chestnut energy is lacking in our lives, we are quick to lose patience. We rush and hurry after things that don't make us happy in the end because the timing just isn't right. When a situation gets serious, we become pessimistic, mean, and mistrustful. So yeah, for our own sense of enjoyment, we want to get the blessings. We want to get on the blessings of horse chestnut for sure. Because yeah, it's no fun to be rushing, to be unsatisfied, to be negative, pessimistic, mean, mistrustful, hurry the fuck upness, So yeah, there's our horse chestnut grandpa. Really such beautiful, calm presence of energy. And he says, stay with it. Be patient. Everything that you need is already before you. And what you need tomorrow is already on its way. An abundance of being nourishes the soul. All right. So I'm getting out to the soul trees now. And, in this soul trees oracle deck, I have 4 archangel sigils that live in this deck. And I was just going to put them in the box like, oh, you don't get to come out today, or you're not going to. And they just gave me hell. So they're out. Apparently, they're going to come out every time now. So I'm putting them in a diagonal line from the bottom left corner of the horse chestnut card. So they're like spilling out kind of like this abundance of, what did they call them? Bonkers? Or clonkers? I mean, I think that's actually the name of the horse chestnut seeds. Why can't I even think of them yet? Conkers, C-O-N, conkers. Yeah, so the archangels can also pretend like they're conkers. Okay, so I feel like we already know what horse chestnut wants to talk about, right? Being patient, mastering, waiting, being abundant, just being generous. But he also had like a message of, pleasure too. Like, let's enjoy this now moment. Let's relish in pleasure, help other people do the same. How do you do that? Stop worrying about where your next meal is coming from. Like he's saying, everything that you need is in front of you. What you need tomorrow is already on its way to you. So yeah, we do have to tap into then perfect faith that we are being taken care of, that everything that we need will be provided for, and actually is provided for, like for us right here, right now. Whatever we need, we actually have. So let's shuffle up these soul trees. These are by Allison Williams Yee. And if you're wondering about the angel deck, that's from Fred Hagenader, the Tree Angel Oracle deck. Such a fantastic, beautiful, period. We'll just call things fantastic beautifuls from now on, and really start to see that everything has the potential of being appreciated. So no more grumpy waiting, okay? Practice your mastery of waiting next time you're held up in traffic, right? See if you can find a good song on the radio. Breathe. There's always something to do. Admire the trees, he says. Admire the trees if you have to be waiting in traffic somewhere. All right, the bottom card calls. It's called clarity. So there's clarity on the bottom and adventure on the top. Okay, so where does adventure want to be? Literally on the top? All right, clarity and then adventure. So he says, here's the thing. Like, you can actually start to see every moment as kind of like not adventure in the sense like you're going into unknown territories, but you are. And like Bashar said the other day, the other day when we were hanging out, that's Daryl Anka who channels Bashar. Bashar is from the Essassani race, I believe, and he said that they actually don't have any memory. Like their entire race has no memory. They don't think of the past. They don't have a memory. And we're like, what? How does that work? And so it's because they're always in the now moment, and basically they always just know what they need to know when they need to know it. And so that's a really interesting way to try to see clarity in a different way. Because we think like, okay, we have to know everything and remember everything and memorize everything and, always be thinking about past, present, future. We have to be thinking about the all the time, or else we might forget it, because I don't know, like our human minds think that. We're like, I can't remember that now. Well, then you don't need to know it now. So it's this new thing. It's like, well, I don't know if I'm going to be able to remember all the properties of horse chestnut at the drop of a dime any given time. But hopefully I'll know what I need to know when I need to know it. Like, hopefully I'll be able to see clearly exactly when I'm supposed to. And so horse chestnut actually was already talking about this too, that, things are in perfect timing. And if we try to make it happen too soon, it's because it wasn't the right time, and it's sort of like, listen, it's much better to be patient and wait for the perfect timing, right? And then things just happen. And we've probably all had that experience of trying to make something happen too soon or premature, and it just didn't work out very good. But then if we wait till the perfect timing, everything falls into place because of that. But I love that him and the tree guides, we'll see who else comes in now. Want to also talk about me clearing my throat. Want to also talk about adventure. So it's like, if like Grandpa here, who knows what he's going to see while he's just observing reality. And it's kind of fun too. Like if you ever did get a chance to just, Jesus said, sit on the bench and watch people walk by, like you could find some interesting things, like, watch the cars drive by. You almost get to like watch a little movie, a little storyline play out of you. You could do the same thing with birds or squirrels or, nature. Actually, like the leaves right now, it's so windy. And these fall leaves seem to take on a personality in the breeze. And they'll be like dancing and fluttering, and it's like you can watch them, and like maybe like two leaves start like tangoing together and rolling around, a little battle here, a little hug there. That leaf just flew up in the air as high as you could. Like you can really start to just admire the mini adventures going on within energy, within everything. And then you start to understand that like that yourself is you in your beingness. It's not boring to just sit and be. There's a lot going on there. Definitely a lot of energy. All right, so let's see now. We'll get out the wisdom of the trees and we'll get horse chestnut some friends here. Very interesting layout so far, but I think I'll be able to wedge in a friend here or there. This is the Wisdom of Trees Oracle by Jane Struthers. I mean, I love the diagonal. Sometimes a diagonal line is just what you need. That reminds me. That just reminded me. Me and my homeschool kids are already starting to slack on our art. We are doing a design book this year, and I just like literally forgot about it already. They love it when I forget about things. But the first chapter was all talking about line and how, like when you have a diagonal line in your painting or drawing, it can really suggest movement and energy and help direct your vision to a certain part of the picture. Anyways, and I love this diagonal line of the Archangel Sigils. All right, I just caught 3 cards that fell out together, and I caught in between my legs. And interesting, we've got I think the one from last time, Baobab, and I feel like it came back because this was the tree of survival, and I think that's a message of the horse chestnut that we don't want to overlook. Honey, you have everything you need right now. There's not anything that you need to lust after or feel a lack about. Like truly, you have everything that you need. And I'm so tired of like my kids thinking, well, not that they really think this anymore, because I've humbled myself and went ahead and got food stamps. Like, you're right, I am poor enough to get some food stamps, so I went and got them. So the kids are actually eating right now, which is good. But before then, they'd be like, there's nothing to eat here. But actually, if we would go outside and look, there's plenty to eat. We just have forgotten that we can eat those things. And it's like the same thing with a lot of other aspects of our life too. Like, basically, we don't understand that our basic needs truly are being met. If you have clean water and something to eat, okay, like you're able to survive. So the baobab, I'll review its message too in the book. I feel like that's coming in just to reinforce that concept. So I'm going to put baobab right above horse chestnut. Now, baobab, like horse chestnut, is so abundant. The baobab can like hold thousands of gallons of water in it. I remember that we just had this, so I remember. And it lives for like maybe 3,000 years before it like rots from the inside out, right? You remember now, baobab. But it is giving. So, and the horse chestnut is giving. So there's this definite message of giving, sharing your abundance, or seeing the abundance in nature, what nature has to give us. Horse chestnut has more than enough conquers for everybody, right? And the baobab too is able to sustain life for many, many, many. All right, so the baobab came in with camphor, which has this steamy bowl of camphor leaves. And I don't know if we ever got that, so we're going to put that right in the center. And then it also came out, this was a trio. It also came out with hawthorn, who has a wonderful star made of hawthorn branches on it. So baobab, camphor, and hawthorn all fell out together. One has a blue border, one has a brown border, and one has a red border. And like the brown is for the trunks, the red is for the fruit, and the blue is for the roots. So it's like roots, trunk, fruit. Like, I mean, we didn't get any leaves, but yeah, we got almost a whole tree here. Roots, trunk, and fruit. Ooh. So anyways, the baobab did have a message about survival. This last week, right? And it's saying, listen, you can still call on me, and I will give you emotional strength and spiritual sustenance so that you can cope with whatever life brings you. So whatever. And then what's interestingly enough is to the left of it, like baobab's to the right, to the left of it is the adventure tree. So instead of looking at life like, oh, this is now something that I have to survive, the trees are saying, let's just call those moments adventures, right? Instead of like coping with whatever life brings you, let's just call them adventures. Like, okay, great. Now we've got this new adventure. Okay, a new adventure. Like, these problems to solve are new adventures. So yeah, the baobab can store thousands of gallons of water in its trunk. And it's saying to us again to have faith in the universe's ability to provide you with exactly what you need whenever you need it, and to offer you spiritual protection. Use your resources and talents to get the most out of every day. Okay, so baobab is like, oh yes, we are going to talk about protection this week, Sadie. Spiritual protection. And but there we have it again. We have exactly what we need whenever we need it. And we have to, you guys, tap into that perfect faith that is available to us to just know that the universe absolutely has the ability to provide for us. It does, and it will. So that is pretty sweet. Baobab, I had no idea you had such a good sense of humor. All right, and yeah, spiritual protection. All right, so let's head over to camphor. That probably smells amazing. It's like, it's kind of like, looks like it's in this little nook of a tree, like a little doorway almost. And the camphor has a message, get this, of clarity. So now we have two clarity trees. We have the one that we pulled from the soul trees, which I didn't tell you is like this electric white with aqua blue on it, and the background is black. And so it looks like white electricity, like the tree is made of white electricity. And now camphor also has a message of clarity. So trees want to talk about clarity. And camphor says, the Deva says, I teach the importance of seeing situations clearly, not only with your mind, but also with your heart. This will enable you to look beyond the way things appear to be in order to see how they really are, and so find peace and understanding. So this jives, I think, with the energy of Grandpa Horse Chestnut too. You know, at some point, like old wise people, yeah, they're not really seeing with their eyes anymore, are they? They're not really seeing with their mind. They're seeing with their hearts, right? It says a lot of times that peaceful look on somebody's face is because they are starting to see through the eyes of love. They're starting to see through their heart space, right? And that really does put a clarity, a spin on life that makes everything okay. So camphor wants you to set aside some time to be with yourself, right? So you might just want to find a bench today or wherever, and then just practice some slow and steady breathing, right? Just be there, just be more. This will help clear your mind so that your difficulties become easier to analyze and you gain greater understanding. So at minimum, you should at least meditative, breathe, sit, be in meditation for like at least 15 minutes, right? Like every day, like that's standard self-care. And it's a great way to clear your mind and, you know, just let your energy reset itself, settle and reset. So it says, although the camphor tree is regarded as a nuisance in Australia and parts of the southern United States, where the climate encourages it to flourish, the camphor that it contains is widely prized. So my Aussie friends, is this a nuisance, the camphor tree? Camphor is important in Hindu religious ceremonies, and it's burnt in honor of Shiva, the god of destruction. Camphor is also used in tiny amounts in Indian cuisine, because in large amounts it would be toxic. So I guess sometimes just a teeny tiny bit. Its powerful smell deters fleas and other insects. It has antimicrobial properties and is also used to clear nasal and lung congestion. Camphor. So anyways, it's like, listen, if you have a problem, which we are going to try to start to see them as adventures, camphor says to step back, stand back, right? You cannot see the whole picture if you're like up in its business, if you're too close to it. Sometimes you've got to step back so you can see the whole picture instead of just looking at a very small part of it. So if you're feeling confused, if you're feeling like narrow vision is something that's, you're like having trouble seeing the adventure and things, yeah, definitely take a step back. That'll help you see the bigger picture, help you see other people's point of view, help maybe see your higher self's point of view. Because like sometimes in our life we're like, why would we choose, why is this happening? What do I have to gain from this? And we're just in the middle of it, so we can't see it. So if we could step back, breathe, find some peace, find some understanding, and then start to see things clearly, with clarity, through the eyes of love and wisdom and understanding, our whole perspective can change. So now our final of the trio that fell out together is hawthorn. So isn't that interesting? Because we're talking about like seeing through the eyes of love, being more just in the presence of who we truly are, which would definitely be being in our heart space. And so we've got Hawthorne coming in with magic. Right. So the Hawthorne says the world is full of miracles if you have eyes to see them. So more eyes for us. But it's like, which eyes are we looking through? And how clear are we seeing things? So if you have the eyes to see miracles and magic, you will see them. You will see it. Connect with the magic of your own senses and the power of nature. Rejoice as each new season arrives, savoring it for everything it can offer you. So yeah, we're going to quit cursing and complaining about the weather. I'm going to do my best. And we're going to start to see things as like adventures. So we don't have to be like, oh, the blasted wind today. No, this is our nature adventure, right? Oh, 14 feet of snow. This is our new adventure, right? Ice on everything. That's going to be the challenge. But we need to start seeing things for what it can offer us. Like, what an amazing display Mother Nature is putting on for us right now with all these colorful trees. What amazing. It's easy to appreciate right now. Like, absolutely. But we need to appreciate every day, every moment, and the weather and nature in every way. So the Hawthorne Deva says, treat me with caution and give me respect, because I am an ancient and powerful tree. My thorns are sharp to give me protection, and wherever I grow is said to mark the entrance to the underground realm of the fairies. So more protection, right? Even camphor with healing lung congestion and stuff, cleansing the air, such protection. So, haha, it's funny. It's okay though. I mean, as long as we can just appreciate the protection, you know, without falling into fear of what we are protecting ourselves from, I'm all for it. Okay, guys, leave me alone. So yeah, the hawthorn does have sharp thorns. Man, it'll get you, and it is associated with, if you don't respect it, it'll get you. It is associated with magic and spiritual cleansing. In the spring, it has white flowers that is associated with the white goddess and the purity of the white goddess. All types of lore and history with the Celtic festival of Beltane. And it's also believed to protect against the witches who were always very active at this turning point of the year. Hawthorn has been long used as an herbal remedy to balance blood pressure and strengthen the heart. So interestingly enough, like hawthorn is good for strengthening the heart, and horse chestnut is also good for strengthening veins and stuff. So there is this definite like strengthening of the heart, strengthening of, you know, the pumping of blood, which is your life, you know, and so that you can be vital and long-lived and you know, be able to, I mean, if you feel good, that gives you more leeway and an openness to just be happy with how life is, you know. Oh, that camphor, that bowl of camphor, just steaming these leaves and the water. So that's interesting too, like baobabs, water, camphor is like a smell that you probably want to steam with or put in your diffuser or humidifier. You know, so there is definitely with these trees a strong kind of like, let's sustain life, stay healthy, stay strong, keep the blood flowing and strong veins and strong heart, and nourish our water bodies, the baobab, all that water, breath, air, so essential, the camphors here. So whenever we breathe more, that can help us gain clarity or an openness, like all of a sudden our perception is just that much more yeah, make sure we're drinking enough water, make sure we're nourishing our bodies. Very cool, you guys. Just an easygoing message today. Let's end with a Celtic tree attunement. And I will pull that out here in a sec. I need to go drink some tea. You too, go get some tea. This affirmation minute is brought to you by our herb of the week, yarrow, and I lovingly dedicate them all to you. I am protected. My positive energy creates a natural boundary, filtering out negativities and bolstering up positivity. I know my strength. I identify my wounds and then I heal them. It is safe for me to open my heart. I am protected. My positive energy creates a natural boundary, filtering out negativities and bolstering up positivity. I know my strength. I identify my wounds and then I heal them. It is safe for me to open my heart. And so it is. All right, tea guzzled, check. I always feel so much better after we get to hang out with the trees. All right, so it is really windy outside. And every 30 seconds, I hear the same squeaky noise, like something is squeaking. I don't know. I'll have to go see what's hanging off what part of the house. You know what I mean? Is what's making that new squeak. And they just put a new flag up beside me at the church. And so I'm like, is it that? Is that making a noise? So every once in a while, not too repetitive, but every 30 seconds. Or 45 seconds, sorry. All right. Hocus pocus focus, Sade. Let's end with a Celtic tree. I love the attunements of this awesome Oracle deck by Sherilyn Hidalgo. All right, I think that's my garbage, guys. Welcome to Ho, garbage guys. They always come, don't they? All right, here we go. Yeah, my little town's super busy today. We've got a reversed heather mistletoe on the top, and because I'm silly, I could not help to look and see what was on the bottom, because I was like, who is this coming? Anytime mistletoe comes in, I'm always like, who else are you coming in with? Do we have time for two? On the bottom, it's a reversed oak. Now, that's interesting because oak is so much similar to horse chestnut in the fact that it is seriously super abundant, right? So we're kind of going to go back around, I feel like, just for a sec and talk about, and I love the layout now that I have two Celtic trees. Actually, it seems more complete. But are you holding back of your abundance? Are you holding back with seeing the abundance, sharing the abundance, loving the abundance? Come on now. There's enough acorns and horse chestnut conkers for everybody. So both of our Celtic trees are reversed, which says something. 18 and 7. So let's just peek at mistletoe. It's heather and mistletoe first, and then I don't know if we ever pulled oak. This might be oak's first time here from the Celtic Tree Oracle. Now, the keywords for heather and mistletoe are healing, spiritual development, making contact with the spiritual dimensions, fertility, solid foundations, the spiral. Well, no, that doesn't say spiral. That says the spiritual path. But a lot of times I'm starting to see the spiritual path as a definite spiral. You? Yeah. And all heal. Okay, now the oak keywords are fertility. So that's double fertility. Fertility and sexuality. Strength and stability. Grounding and endurance. Ancient knowledge. Doors and thresholds. And boundaries. Oh my gosh, that just reminds me that we didn't do the affirmations. I'm going to put them in before this segment. I'm going to go back in time, and while I was drinking tea, we'll have done the affirmation. I can do that. All right. So anyways, yeah, definitely boundaries, protection, strength. A lot of topics are getting tied in now. Solid foundations and endurance. So that's kind of like what we were mentioning, like when we're talking about strong heart, strong veins, clear lungs, a hydrated body. You know, these are physical attributes, but it certainly helps us have a sense of adventure. It certainly allows us to have a clear energy, right? If we're congested, literally, how can you breathe? If you can't breathe properly, it's hard to see properly, it's hard to think properly. Everything is working in conjunction as a whole integrated system. All right, so anyways, reverse Heather. Hold on, before we go further, I just want to see what the totems are. The totems for Heather and Mistletoe are the white stag, bees, and raven. The deities and guides are the pregnant mother aspect of the goddess, Pan, and the green man. Now for the oak has lots of totems: the bull, flowers, budding plants, seeds, thresholds, and doorways, and yes, the fairies. And even more deities and guides: the cow goddess, Hathor, the sky goddess, Nut, Gaia, the maiden aspects of the goddess, the white moon goddess, the horn goddess, Cernunnos, and the green man. So the green man is in both of these. And isn't Horse Chestnut, Grandpa Horse Chestnut, such a green man? Oh my gosh, yes, absolutely. So I love this so much. As my throat completely clogs up. All right, so what I want to do is jump right into the reversed meanings for both of these, and then we'll do the attunements for both of these, and then I feel like I should probably, it's 11:01 already, good number, tap tap, 11:01, and I should probably figure out my day. I need to do a Walmart pickup today because I'm like, I need cilantro and peach jam to make these chicken balls. I know. So I'm like, let's just do it. And yeah, then my mom needs to visit. Okay, because we need to walk down to a friggin' engine swap meet and buy a funnel cake. That's what I'm doing today. All right, so Heather Mistletoe. Just so you know, she's like hot pink fuchsia. Her leaves on this tree. She'd look really good if she was beside the electric aqua white clarity tree. Like, they could totally coordinate their color scheme. And the adventure tree, I didn't really tell you, I don't think. It was like a dark navy blue with some really deep greens and a little bit of pinky red on its. So there is some splashes of color here and there, but ultimately it's golden and green everywhere on all the other cards. So Heather and Mistletoe, with that reversed meaning, says summer is a time of fullness, but you may feel you are not in the flow. Perhaps you are blocking messages and help from other dimensions, be it from guide helpers, guides, totems, ancestors, or divinity. This is a time to open up to love, dreams, and possibilities. But you may feel that you are in a hopeless situation and are on your own. This is simply not true. It's simply not true. And that's even what the Arcturians were saying. They're like, listen, we are trying to send you extra help. And they even said in that channeling this morning, when you're not receiving it, guess what they do? Send you even more. So if we could just open up, we would literally have the floodgates of life and vitality and creativity, and we could feel so alive if we would just open up the fucking door. They didn't say that. I did. All right. Gratitude for what you do have can bring you back to a sense of connection. So like Horse Chestnut said to us, everything that we need is literally right in front of us. Let us begin in this moment right now to feel gratitude for what we do have and allow that to take us back, to return us into our natural state of being, which includes a sense of connection. So Heather and Mistletoe advise you to begin a healing journey into your inner self in the unseen realms, right? So that's why it's take at least 15 minutes and close your eyes. Close your eyes and know that you are not alone. So it's if you did need to go to the doctor or a therapist or a trusted friend or a relative for extra support, start to see that there is a community of physical beings and non-physical beings ready to help you. It is time to get back to nature and the simple pleasures of life. Take some time to sit by a tree and observe the birds, the bees, and the butterflies. Simply be and allow the healing that you need to take place. You are invited to drop negative thoughts and feelings and cultivate healthy ones. With your intention, you can turn things around. So once again, we must give ourselves permission to sit and be. And isn't that funny? Watch the bees, the birds, the butterflies, the leaves. You really have just a symphony of entertainment available to you all the time in nature. The birds will come in, the wind will come in, the butterflies, the bees. Oh, there's a spider. Oh, there's a wasp. There's so much to watch. Netflix, you ain't got nothing on nature. And that's what we need to get back to. We got to get back to nature. All right, so that was Heather and Mistletoe with their reversed message for us. I can't disagree with them, can you? I mean, everything they said is true. We need to do all of that. Now, oak is right underneath here. Oak is the solid foundation. It's where the diagonal line of Archangel Sigils leads to, right? So all the horse chestnuts are spilling out, and now they're going to kind of join in with all the acorns of the oak. And, oak is saying with its reversed message that you may feel powerless or weakened, right? And that's maybe why it came in reversed, because, even though we know we should be drinking water and breathing and stepping into our power and seeing the clarity and seeing all the challenges as adventures, if we haven't been, that could make us feel weakened or powerless. You may be called upon to depend on others for your protection now because you feel weaker than usual and require more security. You may feel overly excited, manic, anxious, or nervous and ungrounded. You may be carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders. This may indicate that you are in need of support and assistance. Is it time to get practical and schedule an appointment with your doctor, therapist, minister, or spiritual advisor? Okay, so both trees are like saying maybe you do need someone else to help you. Maybe. I don't know, do you? Do you? Or do you just feel like you're the only one who can do anything, right? I love that both of them is like, listen, the help is here if you need it. Like the trees are here, the nature spirits are here, the fairies are here. And yes, of course, our human doctors are here and therapists and spiritual advisors. I'm here. Do I count? Anyways, Oak is saying, maybe you're feeling stagnant or bored or stuck. Are you saying no too often? Are you stopping your growth because of too comfortable habits and routines? And that makes me remember that Horse Chestnut told us right at the beginning, don't hold back. Okay, don't hold back. Like, don't just stay in your comfortable habits and routines, because you could be getting stagnant, right? And that's what camphor wants to remove, stagnancy. And it wants you, to go up there to the adventure tree, have a little adventure. Like, we stop our growth because we're scaredy cats of life. And although we stick with our comfortable habits and routines because they make us feel safe, they can keep you stagnant. And you may feel discontent because of a lack of flow and positive activity in your life. So it is time to get off the couch. Only so much security can come from things. Real security comes from presence. Leave the past and drop your worries about the future. Be in the now and feel the love. So whatever we need in the future is already coming to us. It's already on the way. We have perfect faith now. We are going to be taken care of. We have everything we need right in front of us. Let us get up off our booties and get outside. Let us get back to nature. Let the merry little breezes flow through us and clear our stagnant energy. Let us take a walk and start to just move the energy out of our box, get out of our house, get out of our electrical box and into nature, where we can be reset and we can be cleansed and purified and healed and, receive the clarity that we are looking for. So anyways, those are the reversed messages of, oak and heather and mistletoe. Whew. So anyways, let's get the attunements before everybody wakes up. While I'm on the oak page, let's do that, and then we'll end with heather and mistletoe. So take a deep breath, everybody, and let's let the trees impart their wisdom upon us. I am the steady, faithful oak. See me and sit with me. I am old and strong and grounded. I will take your troubles and let them flow into Mother Earth for their transmutation. She knows what to do with the energy. I am the promise of spring. You can see my energy in the budding flowers. I am the daffodils and the tulips come to life. I am all of the little wild animal creatures in nature, the squirrels, rabbits, raccoons, and possums. They all come together under my sacred space. Come and sit in my grove, which is the most ancient of temples and churches. Nature is your home. You are safe here and nurtured. Breathe me in and breathe me out. I will help you remember your true nature. You are loved and you are beautiful. You are perfect already. You have everything you need to manifest your dreams and desires. It is time to begin. This beginning is like the acorn that is a mighty symbol of growth and regeneration. What you begin has the potential to grow into a great oak tree of your own manifestation. We, the heather and the mistletoe, bring you healing energy. We represent the summer sun of abundance, beauty, fertility, and growth. We come to you with joy and exuberance. I am Heather, and I come to you with my purple and white flowers to remind you of your own potential and possibility. Like me, you are evergreen, ever creative, ever fertile, ever growing new ideas and new adventures. I am here to remind you that you create the beauty of your life, the flowers of your life, through your thoughts, beliefs, emotions, actions, and activities. Cultivate beautiful thoughts, and beautiful creations will bloom into your life. It can be no other way. This is the law of manifestation in this dimension that I share with you. I am the mistletoe, and I ask you to take time to commune with Spirit and enrich your soul. Healing is offered to you in the sacred silence. Behind all visible form is an invisible power that can be relied upon and which you can intuit. Imagine this power as a life force that flows into your body. Because it is all wise, it knows exactly what to attend to. Allow this flow of light and love and perfection to restore the beautiful blueprint of health to your body, to your mind, and to your emotions. Ask this life force to align you to your soul's purpose. Let every cell of your body fill with this light and vibrate to the frequency of health. Be assured that this interaction with us is real and that this life force is always available to you. Together, we, the heather and the mistletoe, offer you protection, energetic cleansing of the negative, abundance, and good luck. We can help you manifest your wishes and can come to you in your dreams. Like the Great Mother, we are here unconditionally for you. Breathe in our love and let the magic of the unseen world wash you clean. Bring the bright, full summer sun into your life right now, right here. There is no need for doubt, as you were born to grow, to expand, and to evolve. This is your nature. And so it is, dear friend, until we meet again. Oh, wow. Okay, so for a pretty simple, chill message today from the trees, wasn't there like so many aspects of it? I really feel like I should probably just title this podcast, "You Have Everything You Need in Front of You," or something like trees, come in, tell me what you want me to name this podcast. Thank you, horse chestnut. Thank you, hawthorn. Thank you, baobab. Thank you, camphor. Thank you, heather and mistletoe and oak. Wasn't Oak amazing, like saying he is all these creatures around him? Like, his energy is so vast, it goes out further than just the oak tree. An amazing cleansing was felt for me. Really, nature wants to take care of us. We belong in nature. Nature wants us to just be around us and let it heal us, right? Let it get back to us. And when it was saying, let the light flow through the body, man, that clarity tree now that I told you about, that was like electric white, aqua blue light, I was like, that is the feeling of this energy pulsing through our bodies and into our minds and just retuning us so we can get reconnected with our nature and with our soul and with our true purpose of being. I mean, nature, yes, it's doing things all the time, but its main thing that it does is just be. It bees. And it goes along with what it's intuitively called to do. And everything under such guidance is taken care of. So anyways, on that note, thank you so much to the trees. Thank you, Grandpa Horse Chestnut, for bringing this all in. And yeah, I feel so good. I feel so much better. I feel held. I feel like nature just wants to hold us and be with us. But yeah, to do that, we need to get out of our electrical boxes. Go outside, y'all. Go outside.